Hi everybody, Mallory from Zeplin here. I spend loads of time talking to teams in agencies and showing them all the bits and pieces that make up Zeplin and how it helps them. But what really brings me a lot of excitement is when I show someone who's a long-time user of Zeplin something they've never seen before. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 5 features in Zeplin which aren't as well known and can help in just little bits of delivery. So let's get going and let's jump in. So to start with, it's all about PNGs, and you might not know this, but if you do, for example, want to create a mood board or want to attach your wireframes to your project, you can actually import PNGs into your project via Edit in the project screen. Simultaneously, if you want to start putting screens that you've designed into a slideshow or into an email to send them out to clients and customers, you can actually drag and drop your screens from Zeplin into a folder. Now, number 3 is a really big one because it's one we get asked about a lot, and this is to do with the Slack integration. So whenever I start a project or I want to keep an eye on one, I'll actually connect my Slack to it so that I can keep an eye on everything that's happening. Now, you can tweak these preferences if it's a little bit overwhelming by going to the web app and going to the features, because we have a lot more preferences for the integrations on the Zeplin web app than we do on the local app. The 4th feature I want to talk to you about actually isn't found in the Zeplin app, but it's found when you export your screens from your design software to Zeplin. So once you're here at the Zeplin export modal, in the bottom left you have some options. Now what these allow you to do is to change the preferences of whether when screens are exported they overwrite screens with the exact same name. Screens are artboard names, that is. This means that you can have multiple screens in Zeplin that have the same name, and the same goes for components. You're also able to toggle on and off color export. So the 5th and final feature I want to talk about today is specifically designed for working with people outside of your organization. So inside of your project, if you go to share, you'll be able to see the Scenes feature. Now if you press enable, what this does is it generates a link to a sort of flat version of that project which can be accessed by anyone with that link. It doesn't give any details about assets or files or code snippets. It's just a flat PNG version and colors and texts with the abilities to heart and download. Now this is really useful for when you're working with external stakeholders, so you don't want them to come into the organization, and you're also able to kick them out by unsharing that link, at which point you can't get back to it. So those were top, just 5 features which I think are lesser known but really useful in Zeplin. Did you know about these features, and can you see them helping you in sort of how you relate to customers or just how you work internally as well? If you want to arrange a full product demonstration or a walkthrough of Zeplin including these features, reach out to your Zeplin representative. Otherwise, message me directly at mallory@zeplin.io. And I'll see you next month.